As a university student, you will be required to find information for your written assignments, presentations, and exams. So you need to make sure that this information is reliable and credible. This is very important. Your grades will be negatively impacted if you use bad or dubious sources. More importantly, when you use reliable and credible information, you demonstrate your own credibility as an academic. Credibility is central to your academic success. Here is an audio clip of the pitfalls of using bad sources.
The hatred and bigotry is represented for me by a Tory party who have deported illegally Windrush migrants, who have let 139,000 people die from austerity. You know, there's no doubt in my mind which party I need to vote for at this election. And it's not about Brexit. And it's not just about anti-Semitism. It's about fairness and equality for all people. And for me as a Jew, about solidarity.
Just for clarity, where did you get the number on 139,000 people in austerity?
I think it was in the papers a few months ago that as a result
I think that's
of
a number
austerity,
some people would dispute. I just wanted to check where you got the number from.
Okay.
That was a train wreck. I actually agreed with her argument, but her failure to use credible and reliable sources significantly weakened her argument. Moving on, there are 4 main reliable and credible sources of information: a journal article, a book, a report, a web page. Journal articles are articles written by scholars or experts on a very specific subject. You could find these types of articles in a journal. For instance, the Journal of Occupational Psychology. In this journal, you will find articles that place a psychological emphasis on people in workplaces, or the Human Resources Management Review. In this journal, you'll find articles about the management of people at work, or AMS Review. You'll find articles about marketing and marketing theory. So in a sense, a journal is like a magazine because it contains several different types of articles and it is published periodically. The main difference between a magazine and a journal is that journal articles are written by scholars and experts. Another difference is that in order for an article to be accepted by a journal, it has to be scrutinized and peer-reviewed by scholars. This is why journal articles are among the best sources of information you could use for your assignments, presentations, and essays. Furthermore, journal articles tend to be more up-to-date than other sources. For the latest research, most people seek out a journal article. Journal articles are much shorter than other sources because of their very specific focus. Most journal articles will have an abstract at the beginning. An abstract is a summary of the entire journal article. Just by reading the abstract, you will have a good understanding of what the article is about. You will also notice that journal articles tend to contain information about the author and citation details. So where can we find credible journal articles? Many years ago, students had to search through a whole journal just to find an article. Nowadays, there are easier ways to find a credible article. As a Birkbeck student, you will have access to the library catalogue. Every journal article that you find in this catalogue will be credible and reliable. The second source of information are books, authored by a scholar or an expert. Books are great sources of information. There are 3 main types of books. There are single issue books. These books cover a single area, usually written by 1 or more scholars. You'll find that these types of books were originally smaller journal articles that were developed into a book later on. Another type of book is an edited volume. This is where 1 or more scholars act as editors. They will request many different scholars to write a chapter or section for their book. Another type of book is a textbook. A textbook is written by 1 or more scholars to introduce students to the topic area. It contains a collection of the main theories, the main concepts, and the main principles in a topic area. You'll also find many editions of textbooks. As new information comes into the field, you will see updates every few years. It is possible to find a textbook that has been updated 7 or 8 times over a 20-year period. So you should try to use the latest edition. The third source of information is a report. A report is a good source of information for your assignments, presentations, and exams. A report is a document that presents information in an organized format for a very specific audience and purpose. You should only use reports that are written by academics, the government, and well-known and reputable organizations. What I mean by well-known and reputable organizations are organizations that have a presence and influence beyond the internet. They try to establish some semblance of neutrality. Also, scrutinize the website that hosts the report. Why not Google the names of the authors of the report to see who they are? The fourth source of information are websites of the UK government and also well-known and reputable organisations. Look to see if the website contains advertising. Most reputable websites do not contain overt advertising. Also, look at the domain name. For example, websites that end in ac.uk, .edu, gov.uk are generally reliable. Avoid websites like Wikipedia, MindTools, and Simply Psychology. We only know these platforms as generic websites. They do not have a presence and influence beyond the internet. Often we can't determine the name of the specific author, and we don't know if or how the information was scrutinized by external parties. So it's safer to use websites of the UK government and reputable organizations. These websites host articles, reports, news briefings, policy updates, stakeholder submission, and commentaries to help you complete your assignments, presentations, and exams. So these are the 4 main sources of information that will enable you to produce reliable and credible and hopefully influential academic work. Points to remember: when you are using sources to get data, statistics, figures, try to get the most recent sources.